Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 11.5, and here we are. We are down on the ice planet I was exploring in the previous video, and we're just getting a little bit of light snow, and the way my luck's going at the moment, it will probably turn to heavy snow and we won't be able to see a thing, which is going to be a bit unfortunate because just behind that horizon there is an old friend, and that is the industrial fuel depot. And what I want to do in this part is we're going to try and get in and take out a POI, in fact more than one POI, and see if we can get the zirconium and esterium to finish off our last optronics bridge, so I can actually work on upgrading the capital vessel. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to fall back on alternatives suggested by Scathlon, which means I'm going to have to go looking for trading stations and effectively try and buy a large optronics bridge. The problem with that is it's a little bit tedious with respect to making videos. We're going to see how this is going to work out. Before we actually get into the gameplay, there's one thing I do want to talk about, and that is that last night I watched Spanj doing a live stream where they were talking about Alpha 12. And it's quite a long live stream. I've put a link in the video description for anyone who wants to go and check it out, because he's now posted it on his YouTube channel. But I'm not going to go into any great detail because, as I said, it was a very long session. They covered the Alpha 12 release, changes to CPU, aerodynamics, and a whole host of questions about the game going forward. And if you're really interested in seeing where the game is going, I would certainly recommend watching it. Don't have to watch it all, but just sample through. But I'm just going to touch on a couple of things that will be in Alpha 12. And probably the more important one is that the devs said that they're probably looking at Alpha 12 hitting the experimental branch somewhere at the end of March, beginning of April. So that gives us a little bit of a timeline for this series. And some of the things that they're putting in is definitely galaxies are going to be in. And what really blew me away is when they were talking about the size. They're talking about really big galaxies. I think he hinted at maybe 20,000. And to me, that takes the game into a totally different dimension. I mean, as a No Man's Sky player, I got an idea of the sheer challenge of getting through all the numbers of planets and exploring them. My main concern of that is whether it becomes just routine, that you're always landing on the same planets there and it's the same POIs. But what they were saying is they're going to try and address that challenge. So that's the big change. Now, one of the things that really got my attention from the small perspective is that what they have confirmed is probably one of my biggest bugbears, and if I kind of come into here, and they will be adding the ability to sort inventory. And I think they said by alphabetical, by size, and I can't remember the other one. There is a little screenshot that shows you what the different options are. And the other thing also is they're talking about increasing the stack sizes of what you can store. So at the moment, everything is 999. And what they're talking about is that the amount you'll be able to stack in a slot will depend on the weight and volume of what an item is. I think they said something like that they're thinking about if it's under 1 kilogram. I don't know if I've got anything in here, one kilogram. Probably the best we go to plants here. So like a plant, you could stack, or maybe this is a good example here, alien parts. You could stack up to 4,000 of these in one slot. But bear in mind, you'll still be consuming volume and weight. But you'll be able to stack up for 4,000 of these. I mean, don't take these as final figures. This is what they were just talking about. And they were saying that maybe something between 1 or a certain amount, you could be able to stack 2,000 copper ingots. And so it looks very much like they are looking at to make things a little bit more realistic in the sense of what they are. And then the other thing that really got my attention was the fact that they are talking about bringing water generators and auto miners into the logistics system. I don't think he actually confirmed that would be as part of Alpha 12. And more importantly, and this is something that really got me, and I want to emphasize that this isn't in Alpha 12, but they're talking about automation. So what they're saying is that so you'll be able to hook up an auto miner to a construction through a base or something. So, and then what that will do is that constructor will produce, say, the ingots or a specific item. So there's a possible foundation of an automation process going on there. And to be honest, I found that very fascinating. And that's where I'm going to stop now, because this whole video will be me talking about Spanj's live stream. But so if you're really interested in how the game is developed and the future, I would certainly recommend that you take a look at that live stream. There'll be more coming in the future as they flesh out more detail. Anyway, let's get down to what we're actually going to be doing in this video. Now, at the moment, I've kind of been a little bit misleading when I said we're going to attack POIs, because if I click on the map, then what you'll see here is we've got a whole cluster of POIs. I think I can get rid of that tag now, so that things can look a bit closer. And I came across this when I was actually exploring the planet. Here's the industrial fuel depot. We've got some snowstorm defenses all around this. I'm going to try and go over, and there's a level 9 supply station in here. There's also, this is what I'm really interested in. I've never ever encountered a Promethean refinery before. So what I would really love to do is get in and see what that Promethean refinery is. And then I think there's there's an oxygen distribution center. I mean, there's a logistics terminal down here, and I say we got an oxygen distribution hub down there. So there's a whole cluster of POIs here, and this is why I was saying I have quite high hopes that we may be able to get some zirconium alloy and estrum in here. There's got to be something in this area that's going to be worthwhile looting. I mean, at the end of the day, even if I just go in and get the ordinary loot, it's going to be well worth it. And to that end, if I turn around, you will see we have now got, I've brought the capital vessel down. And I have to admit, it was with a certain amount of trepidation that I actually brought the capital vessel down, simply because I was a little bit frightened that when I actually got into the atmosphere and landed, I wouldn't be able to take off. But in fact, what actually happened was that it did work very well, and it did take off. Although I'm not sure if I managed to be able to loot all these POIs, that things would be okay. The other thing I've also done is I've put some extra guns on this, because life could be a little bit interesting. But what I want to do, seeing that the light is fading a little bit, and just to show that we can take off a little bit, what I want to do is move the capital vessel a little bit closer, as we are in Xerox territory. Oops. It looks like we've already run into a patrol. And you can see... Okay. Well, we'll get a little bit of loot out of these guys. Haha, come on. I don't think they're even really affecting the shields, are we? And what I've actually done is I put the new sentry guns on the base of the ship. So maybe if we come down here, and we'll just cut the grass with these. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Haha. Actually, let's just land and I'll finish these off manually. I think we've killed them all anyway. And the thruster's off. Oh well, we might as well. Looks like I've got a bit of early loot to come, which is good in some ways, because I was trying to burn up a little bit of time so that I could sleep through the night, so that we could go in. Well, we're on top of a rock. Okay. We're killing off some mechanoids there as well. You can see the bottom mounted turrets there. I did get an interesting comment from Snafu, who asked me about my looting habits, and I actually thought about it, and I think what's happened is that where I've been playing the game for so long, oops, thank you again, there's almost a reflex action. If I see something on the ground like these Xerox or the creatures, I just go Shift F and pick up, and to be honest, most of the time I'm not even really looking at what I'm picking up. I just do it. And I think that's just the way things are. I wonder if we can draw that drone in. Anyway, yes. I mean, they were shooting over here, so maybe we can pick up a bit of loot over this way. Well, it's a little bit of a hike. It's just... I suppose we can always use the drone to... Oh, there we are. Oops, got him. run up here. Looks like these are actually de-resing quite quickly. Well, by the time I get back to the ship, I'll be able to sleep through the night, and then we can get down to the... It's just see now on the horizon over there, the industrial fuel complex. So we're just going to leave the ship here next to the rock. Right, what I'm going to do is get back to the ship, and then we'll pick up what the real action is going to be in this video. So here we are. I've basically tidied up my inventory and slept through the night. Now, there's one thing I did notice while I was tidying up the inventory, and this comes back to a comment from Snafu. He pointed out quite correctly that I've been lugging this personal detector around for a very long time. And again, I think this is kind of habit that it's always been there, and I don't use it. So he's quite right in the sense of maybe I need to take that off and put it away there. And we're keeping the ore scanner because we do need that. I mean, there's other things. It's like night vision goggles. I mean, I know I don't use them very often, but it's one of the things with when you play survival type games. The day you say you don't need it is the day you end up needing it. So some things I always like to carry around with me. I'm a bit low on oxygen actually, so let's just... I mean, we're going to be in the ship quite a lot, and I suppose it's probably worth saying that this is... Oops. Wait. That this is probably going to be a multiple parts getting into this area here. We're not going to do it all in one go. I should have got into the cockpit through the front, shouldn't I? Never mind. You can see I've made quite a lot of ammunition for this as well. Now, what we're actually going to do is I'm not going to go for the industrial fuel depot. I'm just going to leave that. Because what I really want to do, my strategy is going to be, is to try and get rid of these snowstorm defenses first. So that I've got a better run at the POI, the core POIs. And of course you can see here now that now I'm up in the air. You can see we've got quite a pile of drones hanging around as well. Now if I remember correctly, snowstorm defenses only have single turrets. So we should be able to pick these off relatively easily. Wow, okay, we're getting fire from that way. I've got a bit too close. Let's just get away. I got a bit too close to that. I have to get in a lot closer than that. Because and there's a drone there. Don't really want to waste too much ammunition. I'd rather prefer to draw the drone out. Maybe we can, if we take a few pot shots at him. Yeah, come out and... I mean, I've got loads of 15mm ammunition. Now I'd love to get in and loot him, but I'm almost guaranteed there's going to be patrols on the ground. Yeah, you can see them just down below us. So let's just... okay, we're just going to swoop in and... So I want to get in really close, point blank range. Oops, point blank range and still miss. If you get in very close, again we're getting ground fire again. And it looks like there's another one round there. I'm really interested in that Promethean refinery. Yeah, these are all single turret. Yeah, there's loads of patrols down here. And we're getting ground fire. Okay, we're just going to zoom in here, get under 180. Gotcha. Now we can be a bit careful over there because I think over here is the oxygen distribution center. Again, I mean, we could take out the weapons on that so that I can operate. But we'll get rid of this, try and get rid of this one first. Right, got him. Yeah, maybe we'll take out this problem with this is that if we get in too close, we get a bit of height. If I can shoot off from the side, we may not blow the place to the heck. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in. Okay, we got our rocket turrets coming in. So the focus at the moment is very much on trying to pull the teeth of that's one down. Gain heights. That's 3 down. Right, we're taking fire from. Okay, back to. Keep moving and in. Yeah, that's that one gone. Just pull away a little bit. Wait, cut it out. So we're probably going to have to forego the drones in this. I'm losing a lot of shields at the moment. Right, we've now got that. Wow. Yeah, there's quite a few patrols here. I don't really want to tangle those. Or should I? Let's just do a reload. I hate leaving loot on the ground. Yeah, there's way too much in the way of fort defences here. So we've now taken out most of the outer defences. We've taken out the snowstorm. I'm not sure what the defences on the Prometheum depot is. Kind of a bit worried about how much have I got in the way of ammunition. We've got over 100 ammunition. We've got turrets here. Let's just see if we can maneuver around here. I think we might be able to use the mountains. It's got a little bit of ground fire there. We use the mountains and say coming from this side, we may be able to use a little bit of cover. Now we can say now we got that snowstorm down. I'm just going to take on, we can see what we're doing, so we don't need the only downside is I'm going to have to guess the range. I think there's a turret just about there. Now we're out of range. There's one coming up now. Pull away. Sometimes what you need to do is go in close and see what the turrets are. What I would like is to get that. Okay, we're going to zoom in close. No. Did I get it? Yep. Actually, I'll just put this back on again so I can get the range. I think the range is probably more important than the... I will risk the turret for the moment. I just want that. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. So we've now got that one down. I mean, there's ground troops there as well. Although I'm not too sure how I managed to kill ground troops. Okay, there's a couple more turrets still on there to deal with, to pull away. Right, if I come in this side, the turret on the other side won't be able to... I'm just going to get in here. extra fire from the communication center, but that's okay. Okay, there's an... Right, cut it out. I'm not sure the Prometheum actually has any defenses. My instinct now is to come round, see if we can draw fire from the Prometheum. Alright. I think there's a turret on that corner. Oh, look at that, they've actually got ground-based turrets. Round, that's new. Okay, we're too close to the grounds. Alright, let's get in here. Oh, pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away. Reload. Right, let's see if we can draw. It would be nice to draw that one away. Get rid of him. Sometimes the small turrets are a little bit more trouble than the big ones, I've noticed. I thought I'd reloaded you. Okay, come on, cut it out. Right, that's... Gotcha. Right, that's those doubts. Still feel I'm getting some fire from... I think what we're going to have to do is try and get rid of these big drones. Is it my imagination, or are these actually flying through them? Getting closer. They're gone. Another turret just there. Oh, come on, game. Let's do another reload. There's one at the back there. I thought I'd killed you. Okay. You're dead now. Okay, we're getting fire from... Gotcha. I don't think there's one on this corner here. That just leaves turrets on the communication center now. I think there's one just there. Oh, I thought I'd got you. You're gone. Keep an eye on the... Ow. What the heck is that? Oh! Go away. Right, we've got that there. It's just all that loot I'm losing with these drones. But we got to do what we got to do. There's a one there. Got you. Is there one there? Just make sure he's gone. And there's another one just over the back there. He's lining up on me. I think that is about it. We've cleared off those. Let's get back to third person. Yep. So you can see all the patrols down there. So we're gonna have to have a problem with ground fire. Wow, there's so many patrols here, it's unbelievable. And yeah, they're firing at me. I'm taking a little bit. But I think we've now got main control of the area. And we did do the oxygen center, didn't we? Okay. Can I get in and loot him? I know it's stupid. No, there's too many patrols down there. And we did pull the teeth. Alright, go away. And we've pulled the teeth of this area here. And hopefully we'll be able to get in here and get the oxygen supply. Wow. And technically that just leaves the large fuel depot over here. This area here. I think in some ways we're just going to ignore this for the moment, because I don't really, I mean, I've only got 24 missiles left. Yeah, I think we're just going to ignore the industrial fuel area just for the moment, and we're just going to get back to the capital vessel. Okay, you're still beating up the local residents, are you? Where are you? Can't see any. I'm just going to... And what we're going to do now is dock back onto here. Okay, we've got enemy troop ships approaching. It took a little while for that to wake up, but I'm not too worried about troop ships, so we'll just take this off. I'm going to jump out now. A quick check to see whether we're draining ammunition. Not weapons ammo, on my ammo box. I think we're okay. We've got plenty of ammunition at the moment and a bit of food. Right, this is where we're going to need the fire suppression from this ship to help us deal with hostiles. And main thrusters. I mean, it's getting a bit dark. I think we can move a little bit closer. But yeah, I mean, we still got good reasonable light at the moment. We'll keep away from those over there. We're not worried about those any patrols on the ground. That what I want to do is just have the fire suppression in this area. Yeah, look at that! Wow. So we're just going to get into this area a little bit closer. Maybe just around here. Oh, there's somebody still. Oh, looks like I missed a weapon. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull away a little bit. That could be a turret. I think maybe we'll just get in about here, behind. Okay. Wow. And just drop down. Let's just mow the grass a little bit here. Keep an eye on the shields. Ah! It's just those are mechanoids. I think we'll probably just assist the ship a little bit here with. Apologies for the noise. And of course we're going to go out and do a little bit of looting. Grab these mechnoids. Okay, so we're getting fire from you firing at me, you buggers. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is get in close and take out the sentry turrets now. We'll grab a few of these. Probably what I probably need more than anything else is I have to go to the epic sniper, I think. So, looks like there's a mechnoid over here. Oops, nope, it's wait, where are you? Another one there. Get a headshot. Right. Pop a little bit of a health kit. And we'll just get out and loot these. Get a little bit of a benefit from them. And we can get back to the ship. Looks like we may... Oh no, it's just an optical illusion. For a brief moment then I thought I'd taken some damage on that port side nacelle. And I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to go through... Off we go again. Okay, let's just get a fire position up here. Who are you actually firing at? Oh, it looks like it's just Ripper Dogs or something that's come in on that side. Where are you? Sometimes it's going to be a little bit difficult to see. I think what we're going to do is use the Merc and see if we can suppress some of the sentry guns. So we're just going to... we're not going to use missiles, we'll just use the... We got a little bit of fire from up here. And I'm a little, kind of wondering slightly if that's actually... Yeah, we've still got a turret weapon here. Right, clear off. Yeah, so I didn't get all the turret weapons. This is something that does happen from time to time, that the turret weapons don't actually respond straight away, so... Ah, there's one there. Yeah, I know you're firing at me. Let's see if we can tidy off some of these. And sometimes actually doing this in the dark is actually a bit better because you can actually see the point where they're firing from. And of course the light snow is showing up. Let's just get in a bit close here, see if we can trigger a response from any turret guns here. No. Of course we don't really need to worry too much about the snowstorm defenses. So I'm really interested in getting into this Promethean refinery. I don't think the supply station has any external turrets. But we're still... Oh. We're actually firing at those mechanoids. Let's just give this ship a little bit of assistance. Cut the grass a little bit here. And I suppose I could sneak in and have a go at looting these. So we should be okay. We've got covering fire from the capital vessel. And so we're just going to grab these. I'm just going to put the light on. It's getting a bit dark. Of course, one thing you can do, if you've got a hover tank or a capital vessel providing fire support, you can actually farm these patrols. So it's something, sometimes it's worth... Whoops. Wait. Yeah, you can actually literally take up a fire position and then just keep killing them as they come in. Oh, come on, let's get the hill, up the hill. We've got a couple more up here. Oops. And we've got salami. That's about it. I think what we'll do is we'll bring the capital vessel in a bit closer so that we've got control of this central area. Oops. Stop sliding down the mountain. And then if we've actually got control of this central area, where we can then start thinking about looting stuff. Okay, more fire support. Is that it? That was another one over the back there. The mech patrol there. Okay, let's just take out the mech patrol. Oh no, there's more. Okay, I think we're going to go back to... Right, we're going to get back to the capital vessel and we're going to move you in so that you can do fire suppression. Just drop it down here. Turn off the thrusters. Can we see anyone on the horizon we can pick up? Wow. Gotcha. Get into here. And thrusters on. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move in. Right, Well, I wanted to take up a position about here. What are you firing at? Wait. It's probably firing into the supply station here. It's going to waste a lot of ammunition picking through that. It's annoying. What's actually happened is the ship is detecting the proximity of the people within the buildings. So maybe if we just pull back this way, yeah, wow. Okay, we've got a whole raft here. We're just gonna cut the grass here for the moment. Turn the thrusters off. Jump out again. We'll go out the rear door this time. I think the opposition is in this direction. Hey, die. Gotcha. Okay, we've got another raft of bodies to loot. I mean, we are going through a lot of ammunition. It was an ice column there. I certainly wouldn't mind that ice column. Where's my inventory gone? Ah. A bit of panic there. Okay. Grab the bodies. Oops. Where are you? Oops, losing the bodies. Where did that ice golem go? I went to the trouble of killing it. I think there's something over there. Anyway, let's just go back this way. I think we've got you lot, didn't I? I think it's just he's taking down these mechnoids over here. I don't know who's shooting who here at the moment. Okay, can't pick any more. Great. I've got the ice golem. I found the ice golem, and I probably won't be able to pick him up. Let's see. What can I have back? You can have that back. He's de-rendered. That's annoying. Let's see if I can get in range of the ship. Am I in range? Nope. Can't use logistics. Okay. I know I'm putting it all in there, but I just want to get this out. I don't want to waste the time. I'll sort it out afterwards. And see if we can get these. Yeah, I'm annoyed. I mean, I could have done with that Esterum. And just gonna pick up a plasma drone. This one. Is that it? We've got everything. Yeah, I think we've cleared the area now of hostiles. And we'll just get back to the ship. Okay. You just keep coming, boys. I'm quite happy. There's another drone over there, actually. Let's see if we can grab him. It looks a little bit like the troop ship is just coming in. I might be in a little bit of trouble here if I'm not careful. Oops. Where are you? Can't see you. One of the downsides of... Ah! I don't think you survived very well. Well, looks like we've actually taken down the troop ship. Wow, he didn't get very far, did he? I think this is one of the advantages of when you can bring a capital vessel down on the ground. You can literally dominate everything here. Right, back to the ship. Time for a sort out. I'm running low on food and the oxygen's going down. Also, I'm aware that time is pushing on as well. I mean, I'm enjoying myself too much, I think. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to get back to the ship and take a look at what we've actually gathered. And then this is what I'm going to call it for this video. In the next part, we will start working our way through the various POIs in this area. So we'll just get back in here. There's like one thing, well, we've got a little bit of damage, so we'll pop that, get more oxygen as well. So, right, let's shove everything in the ammo box, and then let's just start sorting this mess out. Got a little bit of resources, not as much as I was hoping for, but never mind. Personal supplies, we'll put this in here for the moment. They're off again. Meds and plants. Fridge. Actually, we can eat the sandwiches. Put the meat in. Nope, the raw food is absolutely full. Really need to think about. So I'm just going to put that in there, that in there, that in there. That's ammo. Actually, that can go into raw food. So that when I make the emergency supplies, we can do that. And then the rest of this can go into ammo. And I think overall we've done fairly. This still. What are you firing at now? Oh, it's just drones coming in. I suppose that's something we're gonna have constantly, constantly is the drones. Right, I think this is where I'm gonna leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will be going through these POIs, especially that Promethean refinery. And then once I've cleared out this central area, we'll probably go for the industrial fuel depot and the oxygen distribution hub. I mean, we've got a logistics terminal down here and another oxygen distribution hub. I've got a feeling there might be something else more in that direction. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.